Okay, let's see who's around today. I see the DOGE is going full blast out there. And that's why I want to talk about that. And I think what it's doing more than hopefully it'll maybe cut the budget, but hopefully it won't hurt as many people as he's trying to, the way he's trying to do it. There's so many people unemployed in Washington, D.C. The unemployment rate went up like 40% just in the last week in Washington. But the money is still there. And that's what people have to realize. This is, and actually, who knows if it may come back, because it's really in the courts a lot now, too. But there's something he could do, and maybe he'll be able to do it. But he's certainly not sharing, is he? They wouldn't let him play in kindergarten, huh? Let's see. See, every time I mess with something, sometimes it doesn't work. Maybe we have the Apple ID phone number is now being used for iMessage. Okay, I don't care about that. I just wonder if there's people around. If there are people around, okay, there's members around. Okay, and members, okay, I'm going to put a big bunch of items here that will be in our daily, the grant news tab on the left. We the way to work in Let's Go Help is look at the tabs on the left, okay, because that's where we have things. First day here. Hi, Dan. Okay. Wonderful. Make sure anybody who's new here, make sure you look at Quick Start. The tabs on the left is how to navigate through all this stuff. So you want to look at the tabs on the left, and the first one you want to look at is Quick Start. Okay. And boy, when I used to go on YouTube, it used to just come out lots. Friday is the day off. I can get a grant for taking days off from nursing. Wonderful, Gigi. Yes. But it's going to take some work, and that's the key thing. So, okay, look at the tabs on the left. The first one you want to see is Quick Start, because it gives you a listing of places that we want to make sure you see. Particularly like our calendar. Our calendar there is when we have the live workshops. And these are members who've gotten money that share with you how to get money, how they got it, and our other researchers that are online. So we have navigators and researchers that are helping you and answer your questions directly there. And it's usually about 3-4 hours every day that they're there. Sometimes it's more. So, and then there's a new section we have now called Unlock Your Goals. And we have 3 subjects there now. One is for getting rid of your debt and paying your bills, okay? So that's all the grants and help that's available. And remember, everything we're telling you is not only grants, it's services. So it's like, services to sit down and give you financial advice on how to deal with all your debts and things like that. So in addition to grants, you need help to how to picture what you really have, because so many of us, we ignore and try to ignore the problems. But if you sit down with somebody who knows not only the problems and how to address them, but knows the sources to address those problems. And that's why you have to get free help to sit down with you and analyze what you're trying to do and what your situation is and the best way to solve the problem based on your situation, because answers are different for everybody. So you have to realize that, and that's why it's important to talk to people. And there's experts there you could talk to help you guide you through the best way to solve your problem. And it's the same way if you want to buy a house. Did you mute? Hey, I think your sound is turned off. God damn, that's a new microphone. How did that happen? Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that microphone. Okay, how about that YouTube? Can you hear me? Because I just did a test before I did this, and it worked. Do you hear me now? What do you think about Palestine, sir? Yeah, looks like a mess. I'm muted. God, that's not good. No wonder nobody's there. I look and I'm gone. Huh. You are muted. Wow, okay. Am I on now? Can't hear. Can't hear. Okay. God. So you don't hear me at all, huh? Cannot heat anything, cannot hear anything. Well, that's not good. Okay, we're gonna try this again, guys. But you hear me on YouTube, I mean, on Let's Go Help, right? Okay. I'm gonna come back. Okay, I'm gonna get out of YouTube and do it again, okay? So hold on, YouTubers. Oh, you can't do it. Maybe I'll give a note. Maybe I'll give a note to YouTubers. Oh, where'd you go? Oh, I guess I lost the video right here. Oh, the audio is working in here. So the audio is working, guys? But I froze. I froze. I guess I took off the camera. Can you hear me now? What a style, huh? Okay, how about YouTube? Do you hear me? Should we keep going here? Loud and clear. Okay. That's good. I don't have to restart that sucker. Okay. So I'm loud and clear. All right. Well, a lot of people don't say that often. So to get back to what we do, and if you're a new member, because we just got a bunch of new members who tried out our $1 offer, so you have 5 days to get as much as you can before we're going to bill you $20. So make sure you see the calendar. The calendar is our events calendar, and that's where people, experts, will help answer your questions about getting government grants. Then we have grant news. Now this is new items that come up, and I'm gonna have a few more. I hope to do them most every day. Like here's some items, and I'll put them in the description for the members here. Did I just put them in there? Let me see on the chat. Yeah, okay. So here's new ones I just put in the chat for the day. Okay, lots of help to pay utilities. Okay, now there's a program I read about today in Delaware that they're giving more money from from your utility company, whether it's Pepco or this is Delmarva Power or whatever, and they're saying, okay, if you can't pay your utility bills, give us a call. So they have ways for you not to pay your utility bills if you can't pay them. So that's why a good place to start is with your power company and see what they have. Okay, but now this is in Delaware. So I went in Delaware and I went into findhelp.org. Okay, findhelp.org. And I put in the zip code for Delaware. Now Delaware, besides the power company giving one source of money to help you pay utility bills, you go to Find Help, and I found 103 more sources, 103 more sources of money that you could get to pay your utility bills. Now, all these 103, you're probably not eligible for. So what you have to do then is start calling each one of them to see if you're eligible for it. And when they say no, then you ask them where else to go to find the possibility of getting your utility bill paid. And that's the way you do it. You have to call people who are in the business to help you. Remember I told you a little bit that you have to talk to people who know this system to find out the best ways for you to get the money you need in this system, because it's complicated and there's no Google, and you cannot go to Google. One thing to remember, do not use Google. All you'll do in Google is lose money, okay? Because it's going to be people that are going to tell you you have to pay for something. Everything in Google is people who want to get your money. See, the organizations we show you never will ask you for money. So the consultants we send you to are all free. The money we send you to are all free. You never have to pay it back. So that's what, see, but people don't realize that in our economy now, 40% of everything in the economy is free. Okay, this is the size of the economy, okay? And this is the one where they charge you money in this part, and that's 60%. But 40% of the economy does not charge you money. So if you don't have money, you have to stick to this, okay? Don't go over here, and that's Google. So you have to stay out of Google. I mean, the other ones that are free are in Google, but you'll never find them because they're so buried within 200. Literally, you get 200 million websites. If you put in something like rent grants, 200 million. And what are you gonna do? You can't. And you don't know a good one from a bad one, so don't even get caught over there. It's sort of like a drunk going in the bar. Yeah, I'm only gonna have French fries. No, you're in a bar. You can't do that. So that's why you go to Google. Yeah, I'm only gonna get the free stuff. No, you don't stand a chance of doing that. Okay, here's an interesting thing. Down in North Carolina, they have so much money for grants for business and for rent that's going unclaimed. That's right, unclaimed. Now this is the news today. This is headlines. And this is FEMA grants. You know, they're sitting all the money. Everybody says FEMA doesn't have money. They're not getting it out, is what's going on. I don't know if it's FEMA's problem, not organized enough, and now with what we're doing with people who work for the government are all frightened as hell. They're going to lose their jobs by the end of the day. So with that going on, or is it people don't know where to apply and how to apply? So if you're particularly in a disaster area, what you do is you call your elected official for help. See, again, that's an expert who does nothing but show people about government grants. Because if he or she helps you get a government grant, you'll vote for them forever. And that's why they're there. And this is how they stay in power. And they don't get, and that's why 90% get reelected. Because they're doing favors for people. So you want to get in that favor line. That's what Trump does to all his friends, right? He gives them favors. And I see Musk now wants to be in charge of the FAA because one of his companies could do it better. So that's a favor. See, and you have an elected official too, because you have a vote. And that's how they get elected, is if you vote for them. Okay, so that's unclaimed money for rent and business grants and rent grants going unclaimed, North Carolina. Okay, how do you find out about that for you? Again, as I said, commoncause.org. Sorry. Go to commoncause.org and then put find my representative. Commoncause.org and find my representative. Okay. Okay, now here's another thing that's going on is stopping evictions. So there's a lot of local areas, and this is in Los Angeles, they're stopping evictions. You cannot be evicted in Los Angeles until July 31. Wow, you know, that's amazing. So you could sit there rent-free, I guess, until then. And then you'll be out in the street. So every city and state now has some kind of eviction moratoriums and things like that where they're prohibited. Okay, now to get help for you for evictions, where you want to go is a free website called Just, J-U-S-T, Shelter, S-H-E-L-T-E-R. You go to that website, justshelter.org. See, all the free money comes from .orgs or .gov. Okay, so not .coms will never give you free money. They have to pay Google. These people don't advertise, so they don't pay Google. So Just, J-U-S-T, shelter, S-H-E-L-T-E-R, and you go there and you look for local help. And the lawyers that are free to help stop your eviction. So if you're worried about eviction or you're in eviction or something, do not make any decisions without talking to lawyers, because the other side, the landlord, has a lawyer. You need a lawyer too. And the people, tenants, if they deal with lawyers, they win like 70, 80% of the time, because the lawyers will just give their side and you don't know the law on your side. So these people will do it for free. So you can get free lawyers to fight your landlord for that. And you go to justshelter.org. Okay, here's something I read today, how Elon Musk gets $38 billion from the government. Okay, that's how much he's getting from the government for his businesses. See? So he is a business. The government gives all that kind of money for businesses. That's grants, loans, that's contracts, all that stuff. So why not your business? Maybe you make hoagies in your kitchen and want to be sell hoagies out of your kitchen. You can, and there's money and help to do that. You have to find where that is. If you want to get, and actually the government buys hoagies, because they probably have places where they, catering. They have to cater their employees if they have any left, or their meetings and things like that. So how do you get those contracts? How do you get a government contract if you're a little guy? You could be a freelance writer. You could be a yoga instructor, and get a government contract. Now you got to go through paperwork and learn that. And if you go to Google to try to find that out, it'll take you thousands and thousands of dollars, because people there will want to charge you thousands and thousands of dollars, and you don't have that money. So you don't want to do that. So where you want to go is a nonprofit. Okay, here's the name. You want to write this down. It's called apexaccelerators.us. APEX accelerators, ACCELERATORS.us. You go to that, and they're still a nonprofit though. They have US, but that's a unique one to me. So you contact, they have offices all over the country, probably every county. Actually, there's probably a handful in every state. But you just call your local one, or they're not mean, you call another one. And that website tells you where all they are. You call and make an appointment, and you say, I'm interested in selling to the government. You could be a freelancer, just selling art, graphic design if you want. They buy more of this than anybody else. But you have to learn the system and go through all these rigmaroles to get there. And they're set up to do that, for free. See, they get grant money to help you get money from the government. So they got money to the government to show you how to get more money from the government. Crazy. That's why you can't, none of us can decide what this stuff is and how it works or whatever. You think it should work one way? Forget about it. You think you know how the government works. It probably doesn't. Our job, and that's the whole society. We all think society should be in a certain way that we want it to be. It doesn't. It's not that way. And so quit looking at it and looking for things in the society where you think it should be, because it ain't that way. So give that up and get out there and find out what it is and how it's set up now. So you have to deal with reality out there, or you're not going to get anything. You just can't say, oh, it's not like I want it, so screw it. No, you're going to go through life doing nothing because life isn't the way you want it. You have to figure out, how it's set up and use it. You have to use it, and that's what you have to do. And that's what we're trying to do, is teach people how this is. And see, the way the government and nonprofit is, that's 40%. If you don't learn how to deal with this, then you're dealing with just almost only half of the country. That's why all the billionaires are in Washington now with Trump, because they know how powerful the money is in Washington and how important this is. So they want to get it all towards their projects. Yeah. And you got to learn this, because this is so much. And see, it is there. They already have money. They don't even need more money. That's what bothers me. But programs are there for people. This is community. This is where people are helping each other. You know, this is what we do in churches, and that's part of the community too. That's a nonprofit. So this goes on more and more, because churches can't do everything. They have some things. And actually what churches are doing are getting grant money to help people. So they're getting grant money to help people with financial problems, or fix your cars even. They get grant money to help you. And these are like Lutheran organizations, you know, the big national chains of churches do this. They give out grants. It depends on where you live and how, but that's a service. And they're getting government money to do it, to help people in trouble. So the church goes to the government to get the government money to give it out to people who are in trouble, okay? So they're distributors, or they have a franchise. They got a government grant franchise. Let's see, oh, Elon Musk, okay. IRS offices. Remember that IRS is, Trump just said, or Elon, DOGE, just said that he wants to cut out 100 offices in the IRS. That's 100 offices in the IRS in tax season. Everybody needs help paying taxes. He wants to get so if that follows through and get it, because a lot of these things now are coming in front of judges. And there was a thing today that a federal judge out in California said he can't fire all these people willy-nilly, and they want to look at it further, because, man, people are scrambling for jobs and living in fear in Washington, and I'm sure around the country, because it's not only people here. So we don't know the bottom line, but instead you plan for the worst and hope for the best, okay? You don't plan for the best. So the plan for the best, worst for your IRS is go to findhelp.org, okay? Findhelp.org. Oh, I put Let's Go Help. It's Find Help. Findhelp.org, and put in your zip code, and then put in taxes. And when you do that, you'll find nonprofit organizations that help you file your taxes for free. Okay? They're all there for free. Okay? And anything like that is free. And you call, or even your local library knows. I mean, I was a volunteer tax. I got an MBA in finance, and so I would sit down and do those things. I grew up watching you on infomercials. I'm now 40 years old. Well, I'm 80. You're only 40. Okay, let me finish this list here. Okay, the next one is rent for ex-offenders, okay? And this is in Ohio. They're now giving rent money for people to get out, who get out of jail. Rent is a very big problem. And so the people get out of jail, don't have a lot of money, so they have money now for that. And I'm sure they have money for everything. So if you're an ex-offender, you want to go to Find Help. You need money for food, you put in food, and you'll see 150 organizations for food. You need rent, you'll see 50 to 100 organizations to help you pay for rent for free, if you're an ex-felon or not. So everybody has different criteria for applying, so you have to find out what it is. And if you go to one place, and that's why you have to get on the phone to learn this. You can't go on the internet and think you know what these words mean. No, you can't. And that's important. So you have to make sure you call organizations. Anything you need. You need a car, okay? There's organizations. You go to findhelp.org and put in car and find free help for a car. I've been watching you since your infomercial. I'm 55 and you were helpful then, and you continue to work. Awfully nice of you, Dan. No, I got another 10, 15 years, and I'm gonna do this every day. There's people who need help, and I think it's is it gay? What about how can I finish? You know, we're here to help each other. I mean, that's why you're alive. Why are you alive? You know, why are all of us? And I think it's to help somebody else in their life, because we all have bad parts. Bad shit's going to happen to all of us, no matter who you are. You don't get out of this place alive without bad stuff happening to you. So that's why we have the community is in our 40% of the community to help you through bad times and help you grow too. Because I think one of the most important things in the community is to help give you resources to get a better job, make more income, take care of yourself better. So you need, this man and Bill and I need to run the, you need to know about these resources so you can create more things for other people and yourself. So to get, you don't need a college degree anymore to get a job for $100,000. Now the government has programs, they pay you $40,000 a year to get the skills you need to make $100,000 in a career. Not going to college and paying the college $40,000, and then maybe you come out and you work at Starbucks, yeah, right, and have a big college debt. Or to get help paying off my debt to buy a house before low income programs go away. Yeah, they probably won't much, you know, they'll be around the edges, so things will change, I'm sure, but in general, 90% will really be around. But what you want to do, somebody wanted to know about helping with their debt. I have a free report you could get right now if you're not a member of Let's Go Help. You go to trylesco.com, TRYLESKO.com, TRYLESKO.com, and then /debt, DEBT. DEBT. I don't know if that's a capital or lower. Let me see if that. I put small letters. Okay, so it worked with small letters. Trylesco.com DBT. Now I'm going to ask for your email, and we'll send you this report. And it's not just a sales pitch. It's really information, websites to contact, to phone numbers to call, and how to deal with all this, to deal your debt, and you don't have to pay me a nickel, okay? So I want you to make sure you get that. You know, in the membership, if you're a member, we have a blow up of that report. If you go to, on the left-hand side, something called Unlock Your Goals. Unlock Your Goals, okay? And you want to go there and follow this instructions there. And that will take you through getting rid of all your debt and bills problems. And it's going to take work on your side. I mean, nobody's just going to hand you a check for $100,000 and wipe out all your debts. No, you have to go through the process. But you'll see that once you understand the process and start going through, I've been watching since information. I'm 55. Thank you. Well, nice, Dan. Once you go through it, you'll see how that lifts the burden off you. I mean, you know, debt is mental strain, you know, and that's what makes you sick when you get, your insides are so worried so much that then you're not living well, you know, and that screws up all the chemicals and everything that runs your body, you know, and once you get that, and then you're able to breathe. And I see that, at least for my age or whatever, I see just saying the word love. The more I say the word love, the more my heart feels so much better. And that's what I'm working on now for the rest of my life, is how can I love better? How can I give more? Because it's so selfish. See, to me, at least now, but I'm certainly didn't think like this at 30 or 40. But the part of us that has the love, I mean, isn't it wonderful to love somebody real hard? Isn't it wonderful to pick up a little puppy and just pour your heart out or whatever? Yes, we could do that for each other, yeah? And that's why it's selfish. It's selfish to give because it makes you feel so good, yeah? So it's not, you're not Francis of Assisi or anybody famous, angel or something like that. No, you're human. And it makes you as a human feel great when you help people. That's why our members that help each other and Let's Go Help, that they do it for the joy of helping. And we give them a stipend, but that's not the basic motive. I mean, even my work now is just, I just want to get enough money to live on and pay my way and pay our people that help us. And any other money we have, we give back to members. We give out like $50,000 or more every month just to members, because that's our profit we were able to make. I didn't think, people tell me I never make a profit, for charging only $20. We do, and I'm shocked. So we give it to people, and the scammers out there. Once you start giving away money, you are scammed up the wazoo. It's amazing. And it's phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, people just smell that, and it's so easy to scam people on the internet, and that's why, when in doubt, don't. That's why just keep away from Google, because that's where usually they hang out. Keep away from anybody who contacts you. You want to contact them, and stay away from anybody who says they help you and they're a .com. You only want to go to .gov and .org. Now, I'm not saying all .coms are shysters or whatever, but you can't take a risk anymore. It's getting that way, and it's too bad, and it shouldn't be that way, but it is. And so you have to protect yourself. You have to do legit things and not expect to change things instantly. You have to get on a path to do that. And that's why we have all the one-on-one help that's available every day, because when we tell you something to do, it may or may not work. It's really the answer to everything. And that's why people quit, because they think, oh, I got the 7 steps to success. Well, after you do step 1 or 2, you're probably going to fall on your ass, It ain't going to work. And then what you'll feel, then I see what people do is then they give up, because these 7 steps don't work. No, it's just that not working for you. They may work for somebody else, but we're all different. See, and that's why you can't, nobody in the right mind could tell somebody else how to live their life. Every life is so different. We all do it different ways. So maybe you can get little clues and little tricks or understanding about stuff, but a step by step for you to live your life is impossible. And if you're told this is the way to success, you fail, and then you blame it on the person who gave it to you. And it's really, I blame it on them too, because they didn't tell you it may not work. They're just ideas that may work. But people quit. And that's the only thing wrong to do, is quitting. What right to do is you don't know. Nobody knows what's right for you to do. But I know what's definitely wrong for you to do is stopping and not doing anything. So anything you do above stopping is worth doing. You understand that? Because even though it's not going to be magic and you're not going to make $1 million in 20 minutes, which you would like to do, and that ain't going to happen no matter what the fuck you do. So you have to get there slowly. So be important with your life. Your life is important. You're not going to get another one that we know of. So you have to get on something that makes you do it again tomorrow, even though today was terrible. And then you have to do something different. You can't keep doing the same thing and getting nowhere. And that's what happens. People go to Google. I'm going to get money and change my life in Google. How many days have you been doing that? How many months have you been doing that? How many years have you been doing that? And none of it worked. So you got to stop banging your head against the wall. That's why it hurts. You keep banging your head against the wall. You got to stop that. Now stop it. Stop doing that. And start getting on the phone and asking for help. And that's what you got to do. So all these organizations that we have here, for whether it's buying a house, getting a job, starting a business, anything that you want to do in life, you don't look for that magic thing, because you don't even know what that magic thing is, because it changes every day, and there's new things, that you would never even think of asking for. And that's why the only way to find that out is to get out and talk to people who are in the business of solving problems like yours. You don't go in and they don't sell you something. Because people have something to sell. I mean, they're going to frame it in a way that you'll only be successful if you give them money. And that's natural, and that's what marketing is, and that's what capitalism is, and fine. But if you don't have money, you can't afford that, because most times it's not going to work. So you can't afford that. Please stop bringing your head against the wall. That's why it hurts. That's right. We can send a rise to this. Send a raise as a. Thank you. Any marketing advice you have? Yes, if you're marketing anything, don't spend money. I learned that. I got an MBA in a couple failing businesses. I had a software company back in the 70s that failed. I must have been the only person in the world that had a software business that failed. Don't spend money. Don't spend money, because you don't know what really works for you. There's a lot, and if somebody says, hey, all you have to do is give me this money and you'll be a millionaire. Okay, tell them you'll split the money with them. Take my ad and advertise my stuff. Any money I get, I'll give you half. Yeah, they won't do that, because they don't know. So if they don't know, you don't know, but they'll convince you. You can't. You don't have that money to waste. The name of the game is staying in business, especially small business starting out or whatever, unless you got $2 billion in venture capital. You have to spend as little money as possible until you find out what works. And you may think you know what works, but it doesn't until you ask somebody for a sale. And that's why if you're going to start a business, you don't go and get all the legal shit that people tell you need for a business. Because the people who tell you that are lawyers and accountants. And those people that will get money to help you do that. No, you don't need it. If you have a business, the only thing you need is a customer. Because if you don't have a customer, you don't have any business. You don't have a business. You just have a lot of paperwork that says you're a business. But if you don't have a customer, what the hell does that mean? So it's easy to spend money, okay? But you don't have extra money. You have to spend all your time and energy finding out how to get a customer. And there's too many ways to do that for free. And if you remember, I have a free report on Let's Go Help to do that. How I start my business. After I got money to start the first two businesses and they failed, I said, can't do this. This is stupid. And to do it without any money until I learned how. And even now with this, I spend very little to nothing on marketing. And that's why it's easier now because of, what do you call this? The internet. It's all free marketing. Look, I'm now on 3 streaming marketing for free. I used to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to do an infomercial and buy TV time. But that's after I found out for sure it works. And I was able to do that. But not to just, oh yeah, I'll do an infomercial. Spend a couple, it probably won't work. So unless you have money to piss away and you don't mind losing it. Then more power to you. That's okay. Let's see, how do I find a free lawyer represent me evicting a tenant? Represent me evicting a tenant that has 3 months without paying rent. Okay, so you're on the side of the landlord. Okay, here's where to go to get free legal help as a landlord. You go to sba.gov, okay, and then / local assistance, sba.gov / local assistance. And you make an appointment with a local, they're actually business counselors and mentors that show you how to get that help for free, okay? And that's what, you may have to call 2 or 3, make appointments with them and get the help. It's out there for free, okay? Paying rent in Sanford. Yeah, see, there's free lawyers, I know, for tenants, but you need it on your side, so there's other free lawyers. Another place too, and they're probably in the list on the SBA, but it's America's. Okay, call americassbdc.org. Go to that website and put in your zip code, and then start calling those people, okay? Don't roll the dice on your own, right? Your heart is in the right place. Oh, thank you, Paul, and I appreciate everything you do for everybody. It will come back to you. Well, I'm not counting on that. I just want to have fun here while I'm here. If I'm going to get a bale of hay in heaven for being a jackass, that's fine. And what I want to do is feel the best I can when I'm here and giving. Boy, I think that's the key. But we're in a capitalist society. That's not encouraged, is it? You look like you voted for Trump because of the glasses. Please help me. My property taxes in Beaumont, Texas are 20, and only 2 years. Tell me where to find government. Okay, if you need help with property taxes, okay, the first thing you do is call the office that sent you the bill. Because everybody has trouble paying their bills nowadays. So particularly government. I mean, this is not like Chase Bank or something like that. If you can't pay them back, they don't have a program that will give you a grant or anything to help you. But the government does. If you owe the government money, because this is you. I love this community. Thank you, Chris, and hopefully I can get my first grant soon. Great. But okay, for property taxes, okay, call the people who want the money and say, you can't pay, what do you have? What do you have anything for me? Okay, and they probably will. Okay, but even if they don't, or even if they do, still go to this place. Go to findhelp.org, okay? I'm gonna put it in, where are you? Beaumont, Texas. What's your address, zip code in Beaumont? Well, I could find it, I guess. Zip code, Beaumont, Texas. Okay, 77701, 77701. So findhelp.org, I can put in 77701, 77701. Okay, see what they did. And I'm gonna put property tax. Okay, it's asking if I'm a human. Will someone verify this for me? Okay, there's 7 organizations. Okay, I just found out. Legal, yeah, okay, yeah, 7 organizations. They all, well, a lot are for vets, but if you're not a vet, you call them anyway, okay? And you ask them. Now, the other place you want to go is go to financial assistance. Okay, for Beaumont, Texas, I'm going to put financial assistance. Okay, for Beaumont, Texas, on findhelp.org, there's 292 organizations that give you free financial assistance, okay? Okay, Sharon? So go to findhelp.org and put in your zip. Okay, but first call the people who you owe the money to. do all these at the same time. Call the people you owe the money to. Go to findhelp.org, put in your zip code, and then put in property taxes. Call each one of those and see what they say. Because again, you're not the only one, who, this is only your first rodeo, but other people have done this a lot. So the people, you want to talk to people who help people with things like this. They're the best people to find out what it is. You can make stuff with it, yeah, nowadays. And so you call them and then put in financial assistance for your zip code. And then for your zip code is 292 organizations. So, and it's having leads. It's not, you don't know what you can't, hit the bullseye. I mean, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. A meeting on Teams or another medium whereby I can play Phil Donahue. And I want to discuss the area of vulnerability cited has been rather unable to resolve modern medicine. Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, it's easy to do online nowadays too. He doesn't vote into, he is international. I love this community, hopefully first. Thank you so much. I need help with minimize of money I own with the IRS. Is now, I know Tula has a mini course. Can you please share it with me? Yeah, here's, you'll see Tula around. I mean, she helps people. So do that. And here is, let me get you that report here. Let's see, that's not that one, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Oh, maybe that one. Yeah, you could also make an appointment with the IRS themselves and do it soon because they may not, maybe DOGE is trying to cut them back before tax season, which just sounds crazy. Okay. Okay, here it is on, it's called Offer in Compromise. And they have other programs too with people with low income. I need help minimize the money. Yeah, okay, yeah. That's it, Maria. There. The heart in the right place. Okay, any other members have a question? Do you like NBA? I don't follow sports, unfortunately. I need help with my mortgage. Go to findhelp.org. Find, FINDHELP.org. Put in your zip code, and then put in mortgage. And there'll all be free people there, okay, that help you with that. And you just call everyone, even if it like for only veterans or something, you call them anyway, because they could point you to other people. My wife has an alarm going off on her phone. She just walked out. Oh no, it went off, good. Can I come up and tell you, Joe, thanks for all the advice and encouragement. Okay, tap the screen, guys. He's helping us. Let's help him too. Thank you, guys. Melissa for the roses. Thank you. Got number one. Thank you for the jacket. Okay. What else we got here? Guess, can you make stuff with a bail? Yeah. Who else? We have any questions? Is there some places to go without being a scam out in Vegas? Yes. Findhelp.org is a good place to go. Also 211.org, a good place to go. Also for mental health care, go to needymeds.org for health care. Go to hud.gov/counseling for anything to do with bills or rent or anything. Yeah, there are places. You just go with organizations that in .gov, go to your local library and ask them. They keep track of this kind of stuff. They don't sell you anything like Google does What the hell happened to me? And probably people get used to handouts and become more. Yeah, that's a downside. People get used to handouts. Yeah, like the rich people, they want more handouts. We have more billionaires and millionaires in this country. And now they want more tax breaks. What the fuck is going on here? I'm going through a midlife crisis. Yeah, you'll probably have more. I'm 80. And you keep growing, and it's a different ball game all the time. And it's not you. You have to change because the outside is changing. The world is changing all the time. It's not because you're changing. No, we probably stay the same. But it's hard to change, right? Like the only people who like change are busy cashiers and babies with wet diapers. You know. How do you get grants you don't need to pay back for jewelry money? I mean, you want to buy jewelry with grants? Well, there's living money, and I guess you could do it. Or you could start a business and do that. And if you like jewelry that much, then do a business with it. Then it becomes a cost of goods sold. How can I find grants to study online? Yes, if you're looking for lots of education stuff, look at our Meta Grant Report, Let's Go Meta Grant Report, and look at Let's Go Grants, the tab on the left, okay? Izzy, the tab on the left. And go down the list there and you'll see Let's Go Grants. And the first one, you'll see a state-by-state listing, and on top of that is the Let's Go Meta Grant Report. And you want to download that because we have a good section in there for getting money for education and training. And also make an appointment with your local Career One Stop. Do that, local Career One Stop, put in your zip code, and then make an appointment with somebody locally to tell about the training you need. And free, we have lots of good training money. Another thing on Find Help, go to findhelp.org, put in your zip, and then put in job training. You find more local ones where you live, okay? Okay, guys, I got to get out and exercise and try to stay alive for as long as I can so I can feel so great by just spending my day trying to help people. But I'll try to be back every day, okay? Try to help you. Make sure you go use those if you're a member. If you're not a member, then we're at letsgohelp.com. That's $20. That's a month, and we never charge you for anything extra. and for members, make sure you see the calendar. Make sure you see the grant news. Make sure you see Unlock Your Goals and Let's Go Grants and Let's Go Reports. Well, that's a lot of stuff. Browse through the table of contents, okay? And ask a question. We have a question corner. You always ask a question. You guys 100 questions a day if you want. See you soon. Have fun.